She was moments away from dying. No one saw it coming, not the doctors, not the nurses, but a machine did. An artificial intelligence system flagged something the humans missed, and that changed everything. This isn't science fiction. It's a true story from a real hospital in the US, and it's a glimpse into the next chapter of medicine, where algorithms and life-saving decisions are no longer separate. Welcome back to TechWise, the channel where we explore the real-world impact of AI and emerging tech. Let's rewind. It happened on a cold morning in Minnesota. A 37-year-old woman walked into the emergency room with mild symptoms. A slight fever, dizziness, nausea. Nothing that screamed emergency. She had no visible trauma, no shortness of breath, no chest pain. She thought she had the flu. The ER staff thought so too. They noted her vitals, ran basic labs, and told her to wait. The waiting room was crowded. There were people with visible injuries, coughing fits, high fevers. By all traditional measures, she was low priority. But something else was watching. An AI system built into the hospital's patient monitoring infrastructure was silently analyzing every data point as it came in, from her medical history to her blood oxygen levels, even the subtle rhythm of her heart rate over time. Then, an alert. The system flagged her as high risk. Very high risk. What the AI saw was a rare and deadly pattern, a slight widening in her blood pressure differential, an elevated heart rate, inconsistent with her reported symptoms, and a subtle marker in her blood work that, when combined, pointed toward a ticking time bomb inside her chest, aortic dissection. It's an incredibly rare condition where the inner layer of the aorta tears. Most ER doctors might only see one case in their entire career, but untreated it can lead to death in under an hour. Statistically, this should have gone unnoticed. But the AI system had been trained on tens of millions of patient records, enough to detect even the faintest echo of a critical event. Doctors received the AI's alert. They ran a CT scan immediately, and there it was, a developing tear in the aorta. The diagnosis was confirmed. She was rushed into emergency surgery, and she survived. Here's the wild part. Without the AI, her wait time in the ER would have been at least 45 more minutes. By then, it could have been too late. Let's pause. If you've ever had an experience where technology saved the day, even in a small way, tell us about it in the comments. These stories remind us that AI isn't just about code and models. It's about lives. Now let's break down how this tech works. The AI system in that ER wasn't some magical sentient robot. It's a machine learning model, trained on anonymized patient data from thousands of hospitals over years. It doesn't make final diagnoses. Instead, it acts like a second set of eyes. Eyes that never sleep. Eyes that remember every case ever seen. And it's getting better. The more data it processes, the more accurate it becomes. That's the beauty and the risk of AI in medicine. This wasn't a one-time miracle. The hospital reported that the same system had flagged over 100 high-risk patients in the past 6 months, many of whom might have been misdiagnosed or delayed. Some cases included sepsis, strokes, and even internal bleeding that didn't show obvious symptoms. Now imagine this kind of system in every hospital, especially in rural or underfunded areas where specialist doctors aren't always available. This isn't about replacing doctors. It's about giving every medical team a superpower, the ability to spot the invisible. Let's go deeper. This technology falls under what's called predictive diagnostics. It doesn't just react, it predicts. It doesn't look at isolated symptoms. It sees patterns across time. It combines machine learning, patient vitals, and historical data to forecast what might happen next. Think of it like a chess player who sees 20 moves ahead. Except in this case, those moves could mean the difference between life and death. But there's a darker side too. What if the AI is wrong? Who's responsible? The doctors? The hospital? The company that built the model? And what about bias in the training data? Could it misread certain symptoms in women or minorities? These are not just ethical questions. They're real-world problems we need to solve now. Still, there's no question that when it works, the impact is massive. Faster triage, more accurate diagnoses, and better patient outcomes, especially when time is everything. Since this case, the hospital has increased its use of AI across departments, and they're not alone. AI-driven decision support tools are being adopted in hospitals in the UK, Japan, India, and across Europe. The World Health Organization now lists AI-assisted care as a top priority for healthcare innovation over the next decade. Imagine a world where every ER, every clinic, every mobile health unit is supported by an invisible intelligence, catching what humans can't, helping where doctors are overwhelmed. That world isn't far off. It's already here, and it saved this woman's life. AI isn't just about writing essays or generating art. It's becoming part of our survival system, and in some cases, our safety net. If this story gave you a new perspective on artificial intelligence, consider sharing it. These are the kinds of conversations we need to be having, not about whether AI will take our jobs, but how it's already saving lives. Subscribe to TechWise for more real stories at the intersection of humanity and machine, because the future isn't waiting. It's already checking your pulse.